Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with TEW 9, the War of Immortals save, with the WWF Classics. And there had been a bit of a problem, as the last recording that I had made only saved 4 minutes of the primetime wrestling episode that I had booked, and I never caught it. So that episode is lost. So we won't ever get to see that. So in this episode, this is just going to be a run through of the primetime wrestling that I booked. We'll take a look back at it. And then I guess we'll just look at some of the other companies and just see how everything is doing in that matter. So let's take a quick rundown of of last week's, or this week's primetime. In the pre-show, we had the Killer Bees defeat Bad News Brown and Big John Studd. We had Bobby and Tony talk about the running down of the card, how we have the last two King of the Ring matches for primetime wrestling that were here tonight, which was our first opening match, which was Genichiro Tenryu defeating Don Morocco in a 74. We had Sid talk about how he is going to put down Hulk Hogan. That got an 86. We had Greg the Hammer Valentine and Kamala defeat George the Animal Steel and Rugged Ronnie Garvin. It got a 62. Andre was talking about how he's been sitting on the sidelines for a little bit and he's looking for someone to challenge him. He wants a challenger. So that got an 89. We had Barry Windham defeat the Texas Tornado to retain the United States title. That got an 85. Harley Race wants to face Bam Bam Bigelow at King of the Ring in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Then we had Andre and Harley defeat Bam Bam and Jerry Lawler. We found out that Andre and Harley have horrible chemistry, so we won't be teaming them up together. Then we had James Mitchell, Father James Mitchell, debut with his new client, the Great Muta. That got a 64. Then Muta beat Ken Patera, which got an 81. We had Hogan and Piper lay out a challenge to each other. And that got 100. Then we had the Midnight Express and the Islanders defeat Demolition and the Freebirds. Then we had Rick Martel talk about how he is going to win the King of the Ring, how he is going to go on and become the first King of the Ring. Rick Martel defeated Bob Orton in a 75. We had the New Horsemen, talk about their upcoming tag team match with Hogan and Piper. Hogan and Piper defeated Arn and Tully and got a 90. And then Sid came into the ring and hit a powerbomb on Hulk Hogan, setting up for next week's main event. So let's take a look at a few. Oh, what this is, I think the closed down ones. Yeah, this is the closed down. I was looking at that before. But I did purchase All Japan, so I now own a lot of their, well, not a lot of their talent. I took a few people that I wanted. And I took a couple of their titles, the Triple Crown and the All Asia Tag titles I took. So let's look here. Let's take a look at All Elite Wrestling. Let's check out their roster. So AEW, we'll look at the whole thing. So they have Hangman Page, Leva Bates, Abaddon, Adam Cole, Alec Marvez, Alex Reynolds, Angelico, Aubrey Edwards, B. Priestley, Randy Rhodes, Brandon Cutler, Brian Pillman Jr., Britt Baker, Brian Danielson, Cash Wheeler. What was that? Fist No Flips. That's awesome. Then they signed Chris Benoit, Christopher Daniels, Cody Rhodes, who is the All Atlantic champion, Darby Allin, David Von Erich, Dax Harwood, Dr. Luther, Dustin Rhodes, Emi Sakura, Evil Uno, Excalibur 5, Frankie Kazarian, Griff Garrison, Hikaru Shida, Isaiah Cassidy, Jack Evans, Jake Hager, Jerry Lynn, Jimmy Havoc, Joey Janela, John Silver, Julia Hart, Jungle Boy, Casey Catanzaro, Kenny Omega, Chris Statlander, Lance Archer, Luchasaurus, Marco Stunt, Mark Quinn, Martin Farmer Burns, who I'm assuming is just the road agent, Matt Jackson, Max MJF, Michael Nakazawa, -1, Nick Jackson, Nyla Rose, Orange Cassidy, Ortiz, Penelope Ford, Peter Avalon, Preston Vance. Oh, wow, I didn't know that. They signed Finn Balor. Sorry, Prince Devitt. When did he come here? Looks like March 16th he left NXT on April 15th. And he was in M Pro. So now he works in just AEW. How many matches has he had here? Oh shoot, quite a bit. Um, his best match is Kenny Omega and Dustin Rose defeated the Death Triangle of Prince Devitt and Ray Phoenix by DQ. Not bad. Well, I mean, kind of, but hey, it is what it is. QT Marshall, Ray Phoenix, Riho, Roderick Strong, Rosita, so they got Zelina Vega as well, Sammy Guevara, Santana, Scorpio Sky, Serena Deeb, Sean Spears, Sonny Kiss, Stu Grayson, The Blade, The Bunny, The Butcher, Tony Khan, Wardlow. Okay, so that's their roster. Let's check out all their champions. Cody Rhodes is the All Atlantic champion. The AEW Tag Team champions are Mark Quinn and Isaiah Cassidy, who had beaten SCU. Chris Statlander's been the champion for 148 days, defended it 6 times. Not too bad. Jake Hager. The Women's Tag Cup is nobody. The World Champion is Bryan Danielson. Oh, he's had 3 successful defenses already, too. Oh, not bad, not bad. Bryan Danielson defeated Jon Moxley for the title. Then he beat David Von Erich, Chris Benoit, Hangman Page, and Adam Cole in a cage. Not too bad. The trios is Dustin Rhodes and the Young Bucks. The women's champion is Casey Catanzaro, and the FTW champion is Roderick Strong. We've never actually looked at this one. Let's check out the AWA. So they got Andy Kaufman, Baron Von Raschke, Bart Gunn, Bo Beverly, Bill Irwin, Big Red Cloud, Blackjack Mulligan, Blake Beverly. Oh, are they both managed by Andy Kaufman? Oh no, Sheik Adnan Al Casey. Well, that's a little weird. I don't know why they wouldn't have the same manager. Okay, so Bob Dinsmore, Bobby Duncombe, Boris Suka, Brad Rangans. I've seen in a lot of people's plays that this guy does super amazing. Bruiser Brody, Buck Zumhoff, Buddy Rose, Butcher Vachon, Chris Sabin, Colonel De Beers, Dick the Bruiser, D'Lo Brown, Dr. X, Doug Summers, Eddie Sharkey, Gene Anderson, Greg Boyd, Craig Gagne, Jimmy Valiant, Joey Styles. Oh shoot, is he on a it's on a handshake deal. Okay. Joyce Grable, Kato, Larry Henning, Larry Nelson, Larry Zabisco, who as if everybody watched our last episode of Superstars, is now signed with us. And he is going to be in a blood feud with um, Nick Bockwinkel, Lars Anderson, Ludwig Borga, Ole Anderson, Ox Baker, Pat Tanaka, Ray Stevens, Sheik Adnan El Casey, Sheik Ayatollah Blackwell. I did not know that. So Jerry Blackwell is a Sheik. Huh. The Berserker, Vern Gagne, Wally Carbo. Oh, that's everybody there. Well, okay. So let's check out their titles. The AWA World Heavyweight Champion is vacant. It was the Crusher. Buddy Rose and Doug Summers are the Tag Team Champions. Greg Gagne and Jim Brunzell were the Tag Team Champions. So I'm assuming they dropped the titles because I took... Yeah, I'm assuming because I took Jim Brunzell away. Um, Well, let's check out ECW Reborn. So they got Abraham Washington, Ariel Martinez, Armando Alejandro Estrada, Balls Mahoney, Braden Walker, Brian Hebner, Byron Saxton, Chris Masters, Dave Lagana, Derek Bateman, Ezekiel Jackson, Gene Snitsky, Jack Swagger, Kevin Thorne, Mark Merrow. Oh, they got Mark Merrow on their roster. Marcus Corvant. Well, what is Mark? He's on a handshake deal. Mark Magnus. Oh, they signed him. Oh, that is so fantastic. God, I love Muhammad Hassan. Mike Adamley, Mike Knox, Nettie Neidhart, Paul Burchill, Punishment Martinez, Rajan Singh, Rick Bassman, Tommy Dreamer, who is the world's champion, Tyson Kidd, Vladimir Kozlov, Yoshitatsu, and Zack Ryder. So, we don't really need to check out the title. They only got one. It's Tommy Dreamer. The original ECW, though, they got Axel Rotten, Big Al, Sally Graziano, Bill, Alfonso Crush, C.W. Anderson, Cyrus the Virus, Danny Doring, Don Marie, Easy Money, Francine, Grizzly Smith. Oh, where's he going? Oh, WWEU. Hollywood Nova, Jack Victory, Joel Gertner, Joey Styles, John Finnegan, John Cronus, Johnny Grunge, Johnny Swinger, Lance Storm. Oh, I love Lance Storm. Lauren Broughton, Little Guido, Louis Spicoli, Masato Tanaka, Mikey Whipwreck, Motobi, whatever, it's just Ahmed Johnson. Mustafa Saeed, New Jack, Paul, PCO, Pitbull Anthony, Pitbull Garrett Wolf, Rhino, Roadkill, Rocco Rock, Sabu, Samu, I didn't remember the Head Shrinkers being three-time tag team champions. Okay, Steve Carino, Jerry Funk, the Blue Meanie, the Sandman, Todd Gordon, Tony Mama Luke, and Yoshihiro Tajiri. Oh, whoops. So the Sandman's the ECW champion. He beat Shane Douglas. Oh, he's been putting on some pretty good matches. So he beat him in a ladder match. Then he beat Steve Carino at Living Dangerously. He beat Sabu and Storm in a cage on Hardcore TV. He beat Yoshihiro Tajiri and the Blue Mania Barely Legal. He beat Crush in a ladder match. Beat Tajiri and Ahmed Johnson for the title in a tables match. And then he beat Steve Carino again. Okay, so then Rocco Rock and Johnny Grunge have been the champions since the beginning. And the Blue Mania has been champion for a month and hasn't even bothered to defend it. Oh, but C.W. Anderson put on some good matches for the title. That's not bad. Okay, so. Ooh, the NWA. Okay, they got Abe Jacobs, Alberto El Patron, Baby Doll, Bob Caudle, Buddy Rogers. Oh, he's retiring in 48 days. Buzz Sawyer, Chad Gable, Damon 666, Danny Spivey, Dennis Condrey, Dick Murdoch, Dick Slater, Don Kernoodle, Dory Funk, Dusty Rhodes, Fit Finlay, Gordon Soley, Ivan Koloff, J.J. Dillon, James Beard, Jim Crockett Jr., Joe Blanchard, Carl Von Braun, Ken Kennedy, Kendall Windham, Kurt Von Braun, Manny Fernandez, Mr. Wrestling, Nikita Koloff, Ole Anderson, Paul Jones, Randy Rose, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, whose contract is almost up at the end of the year. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, whose contract is almost up, actually. And I'm going to try and get him. Robert Gibson, Ron Bass, Ron Simmons, Sam Houston, Saul Wingroff, Sheamus, Taz, The Crusher, The Spoiler, Tommy Young, Villano 5, and Wahoo McDaniel. So let's check out the champions here. So the Crockett Cup is nobody. Oh, it was only Anderson and Ricky Steamboat. They won it. Then it's Ric Flair. He's been champion for 110 days. Dusty Rhodes is the NWA champion, and the World Tag Team champions are the Koloffs. Oh, they put on some pretty good bangers too. Let's check out New Blood. Oh, I don't think they have any titles. Yeah, they don't have titles. Really isn't any point in checking them out then. Let's check out New Japan. Alex Kozlov, Antonio Inoki, Bad Luck Fall, Bushi, Doc Gallows, El Filano, Evil, Gato, Hiro Matsuda, Takeishi, Gato, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Tenzan, Yuno, Jado, Juice Robinson, Jumbo Saruta, Jushin Thunder Liger, Carl Anderson, Carl Gotch, Shibata, Okada, Kimura, Kenny Omega, Sasaki, Ozaka, Kojima, Koji Kintimo, Kota Ibushi, Kobayashi, Kushida, Nakamichi, Saito, Masahiro Chono, Master Wada, Minoru Suzuki, Nero Honga, Petery. She manages three different people. Who? Tonga Tonga, Yoi, and Kawada. Hmm. Oh, whoops! I didn't mean to click that. Ricky Choshu, Ricky Dozan, Shitoshi Kojima. It's the guy that had that match with CM Punk not too long ago. And Scott Norton, Shinjan Yuri, Nojima, Shinsuke Nakamura. Oh, I didn't realize he was here. When did he get here? Or was he here the whole time? Job history. Oh, yeah, he's been here the whole time. Man, he is so good. Oh, he's only a 70 pop? What? Shinjan Hashimoto, Big Stan Hansen, um, Takeshi, Tama Tonga, Tonga Roa, Tatsumi Fujinami, Tetsuo Naida, Tiger Mask 4, Toga Maccabee, um, Honoma. Those guys don't look too bad. Oh, he's not that over, though. Chomora Ishii, Kawada, Volador Jr., Fujiwara, Yoshihashe. Okay, so let's check out their champions. I know these guys got a lot of titles. So the best of the juniors it hasn't been held. Neither has the G1 Climax. The IWGP Heavyweight Champion is Jushin Thunder Liger. The Intercontinental Champion is Hashimoto. Um, the Junior Heavyweight is Koji Katimo. The IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team is Gato and Jado. The Never Open is Igiska. The New Japan Cup is nobody. The Super Junior Tag hasn't been done. The IWGP Tag is Evil and Tetsuya Naida. They beat Kota Ibushi and Tiger Mask 4. The IWGP US Champion is Riki Choshu. The Never Open Sixth Man is Nakasaga, Kamira, and Kobayashi. The US Cup is nobody. The Strong Openweight Tag Team is Masahiro Chono and Hiroshi Tenzan. And the World Tag League is not been held yet. NXT has Adam Rose, Aiden English, Akuma, Aaliyah, Andrade Almas, Ashanti the Adonis, Austin Theory, Big Boa, Big Cass, Buddy Murphy, Corey Graves, Daniel Garcia, Dorian Mack, Drake Younger, Enzo Amore, Eric Stevens, Io Shirai, Isaiah Scott, Jake Atlas, Jason Jordan, Jessica Carr, Johnny Gargano, Jonah Rock, Keith Lee, Killian Dane, King Mo. Oh, they signed King Mo? What? Oh, I didn't mean to check that one. His job history. I started at the beginning of the year here. Connor, Lars Sullivan, Leon Ruff, Liv Morgan, Madcap Moss, Mansoor. They signed Mark Jindrak too. That is awesome. I started here January 11th. Matt Bloom, Matt Riddle, Nick Miller, Nikki Cross, Oni Lorcan, Otis, Pete Dunne, Reckoning. Oh, I can't believe they called it Reckoning. Relic. They signed Johnny Stamboli. Rich Swan, Ruby Riot, Ryan Ward, Shane Thorne, Shayna Baszler, Simon Gotch, Solomon Crow, The Velveteen Dream, Tino Sabatelli, Tom Lawler. Oh, he's getting ready for a fight, so he won't be back for another couple months. Tom Phillips, Tommaso Ciampa, Victor, Wesley Blake, William Regal. So their champs are Akuma's the NXT champion. The Dusty Rhodes Classic hasn't been held yet. Johnny Gargano has been champion since the beginning. Daniel Garcia and Jonah Rock, Ruby Riot, Nikki Cross, the NXT Tag Team Champions, the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions have not been done, and Matt Riddle is the United Kingdom Champion. Yeah, heck, I guess we can look at this one. Amari Miller, Andre Chase, Beth Phoenix, Braun Breaker, Brooks Jensen, Brutus Creed, Cameron Grimes, Carmelo Hayes, Dakota Kai, Duke Hudson, Andres Inuf, Electra Lopez, Fabian Eichner, Frank Gotch, Gigi Dolan, Grayson Waller, Gunther, Hajiman, Harlan, Ike Manero, Ivan Nile, Jason Jane, Joaquin Wild, Joe Blanchard, Joe Gacy, Josh Briggs, Julius Creed, Caden Carter, Kushida, Lash Legend, Malcolm Bivens, Malik Blade, Mandy Rose, Marcel Bartel, Mike Kyoto, Mike Tanay, Nick Khan, Odyssey Jones, Raquel Gonzalez, Robbie E., Santos Escobar, Soraya, Solo Sokoa, and Tom Castor, Tony D'Angelo, Trick Williams, Von Wagner, Zaya Quinn. So the champions here is Santos Escobar is the NXT 2.0 champion. The NXT 2.0 North American champion is Marcel Bartel. The tag team champions are Brooke Jensen and Josh Briggs. The women's champion is Caden Carter, who beat Mandy Rose. Ooh, OVW. I haven't looked at these guys at all. Aaron Stevens, Adam Revolver, Brian Kennison, Bull Buchanan, Sherry, Christopher Nowitzki, Colin Delaney, Damien, sorry, uh, Danny Davis, Dean Hill, Deuce, Domino, Doug Basham, Jackie Gata, James Thomas, Johnny Cheater, Justin LaRoche, Ken Doan, Kenny Starmaker Bolin, Lieutenant Latz, Maven, Michael W. Crow, Nathan Jones, Pardesi, Payne, Raul LaMotta, Ray Ramsey, Ricky Ortiz, Rob Conway, Ron Waterman, Rosie, Seth Skyfire, Shiloh Jones, Sin, uh, Ted McNaller, the Boogeyman, the Demaja, Trailer Park Trash, Zach Gowen. So the champions are Zach Gowen, the OVW Heavyweight Champion. The Tag Team Champions are Doug Basham and Danny Basham. The TV Champions, Christopher Nowitzki, and the Women's Champion is vacant. And we look at ROH. Let's see what they got going on. They got Alex Kozlov, Austin Aries, Baron Von Raschke, BJ Whitmore, Bobby Dempsey, Bobby Fish, Brent Albright, Bryce Remsburg, Kerry Silken, Cheeseburger, Chris Hero, Cole Cabana, Dalton Castle, Davey Richards, Delirious, Eddie Edwards, Gary Michael Capetta, with an AWA stick there, that's funny. Hurricane Helms, Ian Riccaboni, Jay Briscoe, Jenny Rose, Jim Cornette, who's the booker, so I can't sign him. Oh man, Jimmy Jacobs, Karen Q, Kelly Klein, Kenny King, Kyle O'Reilly, Lacey, Larry Sweeney, Mandy Leon, Mark Briscoe, Matt Jackson, Matt Taven, Necro Butcher, Paul London, Paul Turner, Prince Nana, Rhett Titus, Ricky Reyes, Rocky Romero, Silas Young, Spanky, Sumi Saki, Taylor Hendricks, the Fabulous Moolah, Travis Flip Gordon, Vinny, Xavier. Okay, so that's all of that. So the Fabulous Moolah is the Woman of Honor. The World Champion is Paul London still. The sixth man is Chris Hero, Jay Briscoe, and Mark Briscoe. Eddie Edwards and Davey Richards are the tag team champions, and the World Television Champion is Kyle O'Reilly. So TNA, They got Black Machismo, Jade Lethal Abyss, AJ Styles, Alex Shelley, Amazing Red, Andrew Thomas, Angelina Love, Awesome Kong. Ooh, they got Bianca Belair too. It's not doing too bad. Bobo Brazil, Brian Pillman, Brutus Magnus, Chris Sabin, Christopher Daniels, Demi Bennett. Oh shoot, she is way over. Desmond Wolfe, Dixie Carter, Don West, Doug Williams, Dutch Mantel, Elix Skipper, Eric Young, Ernie Ladd, Father James Mitchell, who is leaving, Frankie Kazarian, Gail Kim, George Hackenschmidt, Haystacks Calhoun, Hector Guerrero, Hernandez, Homicide. Okay, James Storm, Jeff Jarrett, Jeremy Borash, Jesse Neal, Kurt Angle, Lacey Von Erich, Loki, Matt Morgan, Michael Shane, Mike Tenay, uh, MVP, ODB, PD Williams, Rob Terry, Robert Roode, Rudy Charles, Samoa Joe, Shannon Moore, Shark Boy, SoCal Val, Sanjay Dutt, Tara Taylor Wilde, Tyson Tomko, Velvet Sky. Oh, the TNA Knockouts champion is Gail Kim. The television champion is AJ Styles. Kurt Angle is the World Heavyweight Champion, who I'm pretty sure has been putting on banger after banger for titles. Oh, a 96 against MVP and Robert Roode, Samoa Joe. Elite Skipper and Loki, so Triple X, and the X Division champion is Frankie Kazarian. WCW, NWO. So they got Alex Wright, Asia, Big Van Vader. Oh, that is a scary mask. Bill Behrens, Bill Goldberg, Billy Kidman, Blitzkrieg, Blue Demon, Bob Armstrong, Bobby Duncombe Jr., Booker T, Boris Malenko, Buff Bagwell, Chavo Guerrero, Chris Jericho, Chris Canyon, CM Punk, Crowbar, Curtis Iakea, Dean Ambrose, Dean Malenko, DDP, Disco Inferno, Dos Gatos, Eddie Guerrero. Oh, is he leaving? Oh, yeah, I guess he's going to WWFA. Now they got Edge, Al Dandy, Eric Bischoff, Ernest Miller, Evan Courageous, Glacier, Horace Hogan, Hugh Morris, Joe LeDuc, Juventud Guerrera, Kevin Nash, Kimberly Page, Conan, LaParca, Larry Zbyszko, who is leaving, Lee Marshall, Lenny Lane, Liz Smart Jr., Lodi. Oh, Magnum TA's here. Oh, Masahiro Chono, Neil Mascaris, Negro Gaza, Nick Patrick, Norman Smiley, and WO Sting. Perry Saturn, Prince Iakea, Psychosis, Queen Deborah, Randy Anderson, Raven, Reese, Rey Mysterio Jr., Ricky Morton, Scott Hall, Scott Hudson, Scott Norton, Scott Steiner, Scotty Riggs, Shawn Michaels, Sick Boy, Silver King, Sonny Ono, Steve McMichael, Stevie Ray, Sting, Super Crazy, The Assassin, Jody Hamilton, Tori Wilson, Tigress, Ultimo Dragon, Willow the Wisp, so Jeff Hardy's here, and Yuji Nagata. Ooh, Alex Wright's the Cruiserweight Champion. CM Punk is the U.S. Champion still. Bill Goldberg is the World Heavyweight Champion. And Shawn Michaels and Magnum TA beat Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. Ooh, WCW. They got Adam Cole, Bobby Duncombe, Bunkhouse Buck, Chris Cruz, Colonel Del Clerk. Oh, it says Rock and Rock. Ed Ferrara, Eddie Gilbert, Eddie Graham, Elegante, Eli Drake, Firebreaker Chip, Ice Train, Jimmy Uso, Carl Von Braun, Kurt Von Braun, Lieutenant James Earl Wright, Max Payne, Mickey J, Pac, Ricochet, Sam Steamboat, Scott Armstrong, Sergeant Buddy Lee Parker, Spanky, Steve Armstrong, Steve Kerwin, Steve Williams, Ted Turner, the Patriot, Todd Champion, Tom Zink, Too Cold Scorpio, and Van Hammer. And a really big roster. So Steve Williams is the WCW champion. Too Cold Scorpio is the hardcore champion. Tag team champions are vacant. The television champion is Eddie Gilbert. So the WWF, Adrian Adonis, Alpha, Alex Shelley, Antonio Roca, Art Thomas, Blackjack Lanza, Blackjack Mulligan, Bob Backlund, Bruno Sammartino, who is going to be the world champion. I figured that. Oh, he's pretty over, too. And then they got Captain Lou, Chris Candido, Colonel Mustafa, the Iron Sheik. Oh, he's being gradually phased out. Hmm. Oh, well, he's here for a while, anyways. Um, Corporal Kirshner, Dan Severin, David Schultz, Dick Kroll, another guy named Dick Devon Dudley, Freddie Blassie, Gorilla Monsoon, Hiroshi Tenzan, Ivan Putski, Jay Strongbow, John Katana, Casey McKnight, Killer Kowalski, Lance Storm, Loki, Mike Awesome, Nikolai Volkov, Pat Patterson, Pedro Morales, Power Warrior, Rocky Johnson, Samoa Joe, Funaki, Sika, oh man, the Dynamite Kid, Justified to receive. Oh shoot, he's got. Wow, that is a pretty big contract. He's pretty much just over in British Isles and stuff like that. The Grand Wizard, Tony Atlas, Tony Correa, Toru Tanaka, Vincent J. McMahon, and Tajiri. So their champions are Pedro is the U.S. champion, the U.S. tag is Rocky Johnson and Tony Atlas, and Bruno is still the World Heavyweight champion. He's probably not ever going to lose it. The WWE has AJ Lee, Batista, Beth Phoenix, Bobby Lashley, Brian Gewirtz, Brock Lesnar, Carlito, Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre, Ed the Strangler Lewis, Elijah Burke, Eugene, Evan Bourne, Eve Torres, Hurricane Helms, Jamie Noble, Jerry Calhoun, Joey Mercury, JBL, John Cena, Johnny Nitro, Jonathan Coachman, JDG, Lance Cade, Layla, Lita, Manu, Maurice, Melina, Michelle McCool, Mickey James, Orlando Jordan, Randy Orton, Rene Dupree, Ricky Starks, Ron Hutchinson, Santino Marella, Shad Gaspard, Shelton Benjamin, Snitsky, Stephanie, Stevie Richards, Super Stacy, Sylvain Grenier, Ted DiBiase Jr., The Miz, the Red Rooster Terry Taylor, Todd Grisham, Trevor Murdoch, Trish Stratus, Umaga. That's not too bad. Let's check out the titles, though. Lead as the Divas Champion. The Royal Rumble is nobody. Won it this year. Eugene and Jamie Noble. Drew McIntyre's the U.S. Champion. And Brock Lesnar is the World Heavyweight Champion. And he hasn't defended the title in 39 days. Strip him of the title. Now, the WWE has Adrian Neville, Akam, Alexa Bliss, Alexander Rusev, Angelo Dawkins, Antonio Cesaro, Apollo Crews, Asuka, Bailey, Becky Lynch, Big E, Bo Rotundo, Braun Strowman, Bray Wyatt, Brie Bella, Brodus Clay, Carmella, Cedric Alexander, Charlotte Flair, Kurt Hawkins, Curtis Axel, Darren Young, David Otunga, Eddie Colon, Elias, Eric Rowan, Fandango, Grand Metalik, Grizzly Smith, Heath Slater, James Ellsworth, Jay Uso, Jimmy Uso, Jinder Mahal, John Cone, John Laurinaitis, Kalisto, Kevin Owens is here, King Corbin, Kofi Kingston, Lana, Lindsay Dorado, Lou Fez. I did not expect to see him. Luke Harper, Mandy Rose, Michael Cole, Mojo Rawley, Montez Ford, Mustafa Ali, Naomi, Nia Jax, Paige, Rick Boogs, Roman Reigns, Ronda Rousey, Ryan Tran, Ryback, Sami Zayn, Seth Rollins, Sin Cara, some guy named Steve, Summer Rae, the Tito Colon, Titus O'Neil, Tom Phillips, now Tyler Breeze, Vic Joseph, Xavier Woods. Kurt Hawkins is 24/7. I think they gave it to Seth Rollins there. Mustafa Ali has been champion for 55 days. Naomi is the Raw Women's Champion. The Royal Rumble was nobody. The Usos have been tag team champions since the beginning. The Universal Champion is Antonio Cesaro. The Women's Battle Royal is nobody. Nobody for that one. And the Women's Tag Team titles have been vacant for 62 days. So WWFA, which is my favorite one, they got Badass Billy Gunn, Al Snow, Albert, Big Show, Billy Graham, Bob Sapp, Bubba Ray Dudley, Charles Robinson, Christian, China, Cybernetico, Crash Holly, Dan Severn. Man, they got Davey Boy Smith, too. Goodness. They've been putting on any good matches. Oh, whoop, I didn't mean to click that one. And we held the WWFA Intercontinental title once. Yeah, shoot, those are some pretty good matches. Everything pretty much in the 80s. At least 113 matches. Whew. D'Lo Brown, Dominic DeNucci, Devon Dudley, Eddie Guerrero, S.A. Rios, Funaki, Gangrel, Gilbert. He's injured. Depressed cranial fracture. Whoops. They got Grandmaster Sexay, Hardcore Holly, Headbanger Mosh, Headbanger Thresher, Ivory, Jack Doan, Jerry Lawler, Johnny Rods, Kane, who is the Intercontinental Champion, which I'm assuming. Yeah, so he held it in January to March, then he lost it, and then he won it back. Not bad. Kevin Kelly, Kurgan, Larry Sharp, Lita, Mankind, Mark Henry, Matt Hardy, Michael Buffer, Midian, Mystico, Owen Hart, Paul Bearer, Rikishi, Rob Van Dam, Sable, Scotty Too Hottie, Shane McMahon, Shocker, Steve Austin, Steve Blackman, Toyo K, Taka Michinoku, Test, The Godfather, The Great Khali, The Rock, The Undertaker, Tim White, Triple H, Val Venus, Vince Russo, X-Pac. Rikishi is the European champion. The hardcore champion is Shocker. Kane is the current Intercontinental champion on his second run. Royal Rumble was nobody. The Undertaker is the World Heavyweight Champion. Supply and Demand are two-time tag team champions. Now there's classics, which is us. Now the new generation is Adam Bomb, Ahmed Johnson, Aja Kong, Alundra Blaze, Bart Gunn, Basher Booger, Bertha Faye, Skip, Zip, Brad Armstrong, Bret Hart, Brian James, Brother Love, Bull Nakano, Crush, Dean Douglas. Oh, he actually looks like a dude. That is so weird. Joint the Clown, Downtown Bruno, Duke the Dumpster Drose, Henry Godwin, Jim Neidhart, Jose Lothario, Kelly, Kevin Sullivan, Leilani Kai, Linda McMahon, Ludwig Borga, Luna Vachon, Mabel, Mad Dog Vachon, Marlena, Marty Jannetty, Mike Chioda, Mo, Nikki Bella, Ox Baker, Quebecer Pierre, Ron Killings, Samu, Sasha Banks, Savio Vega, Steve Dahl, Sonny, Tatanka, Timothy Well, Todd Pettingale, Tony Roy, Travis, Troy, Wade Barrett, Wendy Richter, Yokozuna. Okay, let's check out their champions. Yokozuna is the WWF NG champion. The Intercontinental champion is Mad Dog Vachon. The Intercontinental Tag Team champions are Steve Dunn and Timothy Well. Nobody won the King of the Ring. Nobody won the Royal Rumble. And the women's champion is Nikki Bella. And that is everything there. So, I will catch up with everybody in our next episode, which hopefully will work. It will be our WWFC Superstars, where we will catch up our final two first round King of the Ring matches. One will be Ken Shamrock versus Big Boss Man, and the other one will be Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff taking on Jimmy Superfly Snuka. So I will see you all in the next one.